Welcome to the Manticore Expert Series. We're here to help you get more from the Manticore. We want to empower you to fully understand this phenomenal coin and treasure detector so that you're confident enough to customize it to your environment and your detecting style. Hello everybody, welcome back. Welcome to episode 4 of the Manticore Expert Series. Today we're going to be talking about the simple and the complex. We're going to be talking about Ferrous limits, what they are, how you use them and when you might need to change them. And we're also going to be talking about pairing headphones, which is a common question we get on every detector. So let's begin with Ferrous limits.
Welcome back to the Minelab Manticore series. This time we're going to have a look at Ferrous limits and custom Ferrous limits, how to use them, when to use them, how to change them and how to set up a custom Ferrous limit. So we'll start off, we'll just do a factory reset. I say it, factory reset. So Ferrous limits, they can be found, you press the centre button, the settings button, and you go all the way up to that screen. It says Ferrous limits on it. So what are Ferrous limits? They're what the detector actually classifies as iron. So anything ferrous, iron will fall in the Ferrous limits. There's two types. We'll start with the upper type, the upper Ferrous limits. They're the small iron, the general stuff you find in the ground, screws, nails, flaky bits. And the lower Ferrous limits, they're the big flat iron and more on beaches as well, the bottle tops. So we'll look at both and how you set them both up to improve your detecting. So the upper limits, to edit, you go to your Ferrous limits, press the little icon on the right hand side, and that brings you into the presets. The presets work in one continuous block on the upper one. So each press of the key, it gets wider and wider. And the lower one, press the down button and then adjust. And as you can see, this area here always gets bigger the higher you go. So what you want to do when you first get on the field, to determine how much of your upper Ferrous limits you need to use, is just have a swing of your coil and see where generally the iron falls in your upper limits and adjust that accordingly. Your lower limits here in the UK, you get a little bit but not so much problematic big iron, so you can use a lower one. Mainly it's for the beaches where the bottle tops cause the biggest problems, so you can up that. So we'll just look at setting the upper limits. We'll have a quick swing of the coil and here we can see the upper limit. In a straight line we can go fairly aggressive, 8 almost knocks out all the iron. You get a little bit coming out, you can sort that in a custom setting which I'll show you in a second. And also with the stabiliser, take those little squeaks out, which you've seen in another video. Again, swinging the coil, now looking at the lower limits, we can see there's not really a lot of big flat iron in the field, so the lower limits we can set pretty low. So let's have a look at setting a custom Ferrous limit. So again, we go up to your Ferrous limits. You've got your presets on the first black mark, custom 1, custom 2, custom 3 and custom 4. Now you can set each one of these individually, so you've got 4 custom Ferrous limit settings. So if you do 4 different fields, 4 different areas, you can change how your Ferrous limits work. So we'll look at setting a custom one. So again, click your left and right arrow to get to custom 1, press the edit button. Now you come up with that screen. It's a screen you had before, but now you've got a series of dots and sections where you can edit your limits. So for example, say on this field the problem area was there, where we're getting a lot of feedback falling out of the upper limit. We can press the edit button, move that section down slightly, and just keep swinging the coil till we cover that section. And if we're confident that there's going to be no iron in another section, for example that section, we can edit that one and we can lift that back up. Again, we can go to the one next to it, edit it and do that. So you're creating a custom upper ferrous limit. Again, we go back to a custom one, go back to your ferrous limits, go to your lower limits. We're going to change the lower custom ferrous limit. So now custom one we can edit to suit where we're detecting. Again, this not only works on the big iron and bottle tops, you can also use it along sea walls where you've got the rebar curling in, and generally it falls in this lower area, so you could edit that to deal with the sea wall or any other problematic things. And again, you can save them in any of your custom limits. Another way of doing it was an example we had a short while ago where we was at a horse jumping event and a horse had kicked over some fancy iron fittings that go on his thing. So we found one and then we set up a custom ferrous limit which blanked out everything by the iron target we was looking for. But we managed to find the other 19 of the 20 that were lost. So that was setting up a really aggressive custom ferrous limit to find something particular iron. But again, that was close to the surface. But that proves that if you set up your custom ferrous limits, you can find anything. Again, all your ferrous limits are site dependent, so if you're new to a site, work with the preset limits and just adjust the upper and lower ones to suit where you're working.
Brilliant. So here are some key takeaways from Paul's demonstration. The upper ferrous limits are typically for small iron targets, whereas the lower ferrous limits are for large iron and bottle tops, those types of things. Right, now on a very common question we get, how to pair your headphones. We're going to head over to Truls and he's going to show you how to do it, and he's also going to give you a really good tip which is going to help the machine stay paired with the headphones once you've achieved it. Let's head over to Truls.
Hi guys, so I'm here now today and I'm going to show you how to successfully pair your headphones, and I'm also going to show you a common mistake people usually do. How to pair your headphones. First of all, long press on the power button until you see a blue and red flashing lamp. Then long press on the wireless button until it starts flashing in your display. Now it's in pairing mode. Search for each other and there it's paired. Easy as that. So I'm all done for today. I'm gonna turn off my machine. Then I'm gonna turn off my headphones. Do not long press on the headphones. Next time you're out, turn on your headphones first, short press, and then you turn on your machine and then you're all set. It's gonna connect fast and easy.
Great tip there from Truls. First tip he gave was not to depress the button for too long. If you depress that headphone button for too long, you're going to enable pairing mode again and it's trying to find the detector again. So that's a common problem. And the other tip he gave was ensure that you turn off your detector first. Once you finish detecting, detector off, then your headphones. And when you come to redetect again, when you want to go out in your next session, headphones on and then detector. Right, thank you very much for joining us today. We've got loads more great Manticore content coming, so please like and subscribe. In our next episode, we'll be covering soft keys and also discrimination. So thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Manticore Expert Series. Bye-bye.